Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So today is our last Halloween video with all my Halloween decorations. But to be fair, my lights are gonna stay. It's just the bits that say Halloween that are going. So I'm not really doing a Halloween look today. It's gonna be a dark look. Sorry, Pablo's in here and he's sniffing things. What's the matter, baby? But here I have a list of 10 of my favourite horror films. So I thought I'd do my look and sort of talk about them at the same time. So let's get into it. So as always, going to start with my eyebrows. And I don't know if you can tell, but I actually have a bit of eyebrow. Hi, handsome. Are you coming to help? He's like, Mum, you're taking over the bed. I want to sit there. Yeah, as I was saying, so I've had my eyebrows tinted. I've had my lashes tinted too, but you can't tell from this far away. So I'm just going to brush through them. And I've got a few little, like, more sparse areas that I'm going to fill in. So I'm using my, I think this is JML. It's an eyebrow magic pen. It's just one of like the little 3-pronged ones. I like these little 3-prong pens, right? But I find this one, like, not a lot of product comes out. So if anyone could recommend a really good one that's not ridiculously expensive, that would be great. So now I'm just going to sort of fill in the shape a bit more. I always feel so rude when I'm doing my eyebrows because I'm trying to concentrate so I don't mess them up, so I don't speak, and then I just feel awful. And then I've got my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel in soft brown. And I'm just going to run through my brows with that. So that's my brows done. So as always, I'm going to do my eyes and then sort of come back to the face. I'm just going to use a little bit of concealer to prime my eyes. This is the XX Revolution one in CX2. So these films that I've got, they're not in any particular order. I was just thinking about all the horror films I've watched, and to be fair, I've only really started watching horror films over the last few years, because although my dad likes them, my mum's never liked horror films and she still doesn't. So we never really watched them, and I always thought I'd be terrified. I mean, to be fair, Freddy Krueger did used to terrify me, and now I have a Freddy Krueger jumper. So I've still not watched The Nightmare on Elm Street though, because my biggest thing about watching horror films is, will I have nightmares about them? And I have this massive fear of, I know it's not going to happen, but of like Freddy Krueger coming to like get me in my sleep. And I don't like that. I'm so red. So I have got the House Labs, what's this one called again? I can't remember what it's called. It's on the bottom. The Glam Attack Liquid Shimmer Powders, and this is in Chained Ballerina. So it's like a dark, so it's like a black shimmery shade. So that's it there. Oh, that is gorgeous. So I will be using that for my lid, but for the rest of my eyes, sorry Pablo, I'm using my James Charles palette. Before we do my eyes, I'm just going to pop on a little bit of my Vitamin E Lip Care Balm. And this is from the Body Shop. I swear by it. I've actually, I've got an order going in Sunday, so when you're seeing this it'll be tomorrow, and I've just put another one in for myself. Hi baby. He's like, oh, why are you in here? You're ruining my alone time. So the first film I've got on my list is Silence of the Lambs. Can you see the Pablo hair just floating everywhere? You're a minger. Your hair's everywhere. Don't bite me. It's not playtime. He's not vicious, by the way. He's just playing. That's how I've always played really rough with him. So he bites. But his teeth are a bit too sharp now, aren't they, handsome man? So yeah, the first film I have on my list is Silence of the Lambs. And one of my biggest fears is being eaten by a cannibal. Eaten alive, more specifically, but eaten by a cannibal. I don't know why, but it terrifies me. Not that, you know, it's ever likely to happen, but just in case it was, terrified. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of the shade Benny, which is that dark brown. But I don't know whether it's just Anthony Hopkins. I think he's a great actor and he plays Hannibal really well. If you don't know what Silence of the Lambs is about, it's about a doctor. Is he a doctor? Or a surgeon or something? He's in the medical field. His name's Hannibal Lecter and he's a cannibal, Hannibal the cannibal and all that. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's a really good film. Me and Joanne watched the films the other week. I say the other week, it was like a couple of months back. So there's The Silence of the Lambs. I can't remember. There's 3 films. Starts The Silence of the Lambs, and then there's another one, and then there's Red Dragon, which isn't really about Hannibal. It's about someone else, but he's in it. It's strange, but I don't know what it was about it. I don't know. There was something about it that just gripped me, and I loved it. And it's the sort of thing I will watch again. So I don't really have much else to say about it. I just really enjoyed watching it. It really gripped me. I'm going to do one eye, by the way, and then do the other one off camera, because I don't know where I'm going with this. But the second one on my list, I actually watched while I was in 6th form. So I don't know how to explain 6th form to people that aren't from England, because no one seems to know. So 6th form is like when you leave school, you can go to a college or whatever. My school did 6th form, so it's like years 12 and 13, so it's like an extra 2 years of school, but doing the same stuff you do in college. Well, not really, because you do several subjects. But anyway, I did media, and my teacher, he was great. He had us watch Psycho, the original one, not the Vince Vaughn one. And I don't even have words. I just think it's amazing. Alfred Hitchcock is his work is fantastic, and I don't think I will ever not love it. Though I don't like the birds, but that's because I don't really like birds. But yeah, that was in black and white, because, you know, it's an old film. And I really enjoyed the sort of I don't even know how to explain it. I really enjoyed the I just don't have words. It really, it just intrigued me straight away. He's such a strange guy. And I never realised at the time, but it's actually based on a guy called Ed GEIN. Well, not based on, but loosely translated. There's bits that are sort of based on Ed GEIN. I am not going to get into who Ed Gein is. Just know that he's a killer from, I think, Plainfield, New Plainfield or something, in America, Jersey, I think it may be. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've just heard that somewhere else and assumed. Again, could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. And he was a killer, and like, he made lamps and stuff out of people's faces. Also inspired Leatherface. But basically his mum died and he kept her room pristine, whereas Norman Bates in Psycho, his mum dies. I think she dies. I can't remember. It's been like 5-6 years since I've watched it. But I think he's like stuffs her or he keeps her or something. It's strange, and he dresses up as his mum. It's weird. But it's a good film. There's the iconic shower scene, which I think every media student should have watched this at least. But everyone that loves a horror should know the iconic shower scene where what's her name? Janet Lee Barker? I don't know. I'll find out and I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But basically she is the main character. She's in the shower and she gets stabbed. Apparently it was like very traumatic for her as well. Like after she watched it back, she was like scarred and wouldn't shower after that for a long time. And apparently they use brown sauce for blood, not ketchup, but I could be wrong. It could just be something someone's mentioned in a video or an article I've read, and I've believed it because I'm stupid, but who knows? It was a long time ago. And then the next one is also one that my old media teacher, Mr. Richmond, had us watch, and this was What Lies Beneath. And I've heard a lot of people like slagging this film off. But as a Harrison Ford lover, I think he's amazing. I loved it from the get-go, and I ended up watching it maybe like 10 times more within the same sort of time frame because we were sort of analysing it. What Lies Beneath is sort of like a supernatural horror / thriller. It's not really a horror. I don't think it's a horror, but when I was googling to see if I could put it on a horror film list, it says it's supernatural horror and thriller. Basically, Harrison Ford cheats on his wife, who is Michelle Pfeiffer. Why would you cheat on Michelle Pfeiffer? I don't know. And, you know, there's spooky stuff going on. Again, it's supernatural, so. But yeah, I watch that a lot. And there's stuff. I am one of these people that are like, I'll watch a film and then I'll watch it again to see what I missed. Not like straight after, but, you know, not long after. I'll watch it again to see if I missed anything the first time. I've just realised I've not really been saying what I'm using. So I've been using the shades Tea, Benny and Spooky, and now I've just put a bit of Chained Ballerina and I'm just blending that. I like this a lot. It's very pretty. I know it's like a mess under here, but I'll sort that out. Yeah, so What Lies Beneath, supernatural horror thriller. His side piece, the woman he was cheating on Michelle Pfeiffer with, she dies. She's in the bottom of a lake, or does he kill her? I can't remember. Again, it's been a long time since I watched that. But she ends up in like the bottom of a lake, and then there's creepy stuff going on in the house. I think there's a dog. Again, I've not watched this for a long time, so I'm probably not doing it any justice, but you should watch it. Next up we have Saw. Alexa just beeped. I said next up, not Alexa. Shut up! Sorry, I'm just cleaning the underbit of my eye. Next up we have Saw. I feel like I'm not really going into much depth with these, but there's not much to say apart from they gripped me and I like them and I will watch them again. Next up is Saw, and this one did terrify me as a child, mainly because my dad, I'll find a picture and insert it, it will be here probably, here, I don't know, it'll be somewhere on screen. My dad had the jigsaw mask for a fancy dress party for New Year one year when we went to my aunt's house, and it terrified me. And you know, there's the thing with the pigs' heads terrified me. He had the game, and I was petrified. And he'd always do the whole "wanna play a game," and I can't stand it. That was a really bad impression, I'm aware. Oh, look at this. How am I going to use that? So, wait, Saw. So, we watched Saw. Actually, I'm not going to tightline yet. We watched Saw. I watched it with Joanne. And I was like, don't know. And then I really liked the mind tricks and stuff. I love that sort of thing. And I think we watched all but one of them, and I thought it was amazing. I think we started watching the beginning of one of the Saw films, maybe the first one in media as well, with the same teacher. That teacher influenced me a lot more than I thought with these films. Again, great teacher, great course, loved that. And obviously now I'm using sort of editing skills that I learned there for videos. Number 5 on the list, again, these are in no particular order. So number 5 on the list is Misery, and this is Kathy Bates and Scott Caan. It's Scott Caan. James Caan's his son. It's in Hawaii Five-0, I think. Again, could be wrong. I'm sure that's who it is. Could be saying the name wrong as well. I watched this again with Joanne, and it felt like it took like 3 hours, but actually apparently it's only like an hour and 3/4. But it was a good film. There's lots of scenes in it that were like I don't want to give people spoilers. I mean, I've already sort of given people spoilers, but yeah, there's this whole sort of ankle breaking scene, and it's just too much for me. I was like, ugh. But it is a good film. It's got a good storyline. I enjoyed it. And Kathy Bates, she plays like weirdos so well. Like, I love her in American Horror Story too. I think she's so talented, but she's versatile too. Like, it's not like she's only good at playing weirdos. She's good at playing like nice people too. I really enjoyed that. But it is the sort of thing you sort of have to pay attention to. Because if you don't pay attention to it, you're going to get lost, because those bits that I missed and I was like, what is happening? But that is an amazing film. There's also a scene in that where she shoots a guy, Kathy Bates shoots a guy at like point blank range with a shotgun. If you've ever used a shotgun or seen a shotgun being used, it's mind-blowing. This poor guy's chest was just like obliterated. Again, kind of spoilers, but oh well. Next up we have Halloween, obviously. I love Halloween, as in like the holiday. But I also love the film. I like Jamie Lee Curtis a lot. I think she's very talented. And again, I'd not watched this until I was with Joanne. And I was just like, oh wow, this is better than I thought it was. Like, I thought it was going to be rubbish. And I watched it and I was like, wow, I was wrong. This is amazing. Like, so good. It's one of like the classic films that you watch and you're like, oh, this is terrible. But it's not terrible in any way. Like, obviously it's not sort of like the standard that we know nowadays with filmmaking and editing and stuff like that. But considering how long ago it was made, it's amazing. It's strange to me how like someone can just be like that. But then it always also fascinates me that he seems sort of like invincible no matter what you do. Like, he gets stabbed and everything. And Michael Myers, this guy comes back. Like, and the fact he never speaks. And then I found out recently, well, finding facts, Halloween facts for my Body Shop page, that all the sounds, like stabbing sounds, are actually a knife being stabbed into a watermelon. And now, you know, this is going up on Halloween. I'm filming it the day before Halloween. Yes, I'm unorganised. I will probably watch this within the next few days. Even after Halloween. I don't care. And I'm not going to be able to watch it without just thinking of a watermelon being stabbed. But then also, there is... oh, pardon me. Oh, Dr. Pepper does things to me. Oh. It's a very well-known fact, but I know quite a few people that didn't know, that the mask that Michael Myers wears is actually a William Shatner mask. He's from Star Trek, for those of you that didn't know, I can't speak. And they had quite a small budget for the film, so they basically sprayed it white and sort of messed up the hair and changed the hair a bit, and you get a serial killer mask. Next on the list we have Leatherface. And as I said before, like earlier on, this is also loosely based on the story of Ed Gein. Again, very strange man. I've watched a couple of really good videos about Ed Gein. I'm sure Eleanor Neal did a video. I will post the links below, and I think Bailey Sarian did one too. And Bailey Sarian is very sort of, I love her. I think she is gorgeous. Her makeup skills are just top notch, and oh, I love her. Ed Gein, weird guy. Lots of sort of films and stuff has been based on what a weirdo he is. Leatherface, as in like the character. He obviously sort of cuts people's faces off and makes like a skin suit sort of thing. Or was it a skin suit or oh no, I think that may have just been Ed Gein. Oh my god, I put a bit too much up there, didn't I? So Leatherface, he uses other people's faces on top of his. And the one we watched was the more recent one. I think is it Sam Stryker was the guy who played Leatherface, and it's like a really screwed up sort of, they're rednecks and his family are weird, and they're basically, he's in like I think it's a mental hospital or something, and him and a friend break out, and there's just lots of drama, and he ends up killing this nurse, sort of, I think she's a nurse that works in this home, and then it goes on to be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I've not watched. Next on the list we have The Thing, and this is something me and Joanne watched. Sort of, we were looking for something to watch and we seen it and we thought, oh, it's one of them ones that looks a bit naff but sort of so bad it's good. And you know what, I was really impressed, and it did freak me out a bit because it's so strange. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I think it's like Norwegian or something, but basically there's this like thing, and it gets in people's bodies and sort of kills them, but they do some weird contortionist crap, and it's freaky. I can handle a lot, right? I can watch people being cut up, I can watch people being eaten. I don't like watching people being eaten, but I can watch a lot without cringing, right? But it was too much for me. I was like, I cannot stand stuff like contortionists. Like, props to the people for being that talented and flexible, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was a good film. I think there's been like 10 remakes or something. There's been quite a lot. That might be an over dramatization, like an over exaggeration, but there's been quite a few, because I don't think we watched the original. Next on the list we have It. Again, the remakes, I've not watched the originals, mainly because I can't find them at the moment, but I think I will like the original more because I love Tim Curry. I think he's fantastic. especially in Rocky Horror. If you've not watched Rocky Horror, what rock have you been living under? So again, not watched the originals, but I've watched the remakes, and this is one that I never watched growing up because my mum is terrified of clowns. So I was like, I'm not the biggest fan of clowns, but you know, if a clown walked up to me in the street, I'd probably shit myself. But oh, sorry for the language. Oh, we watched it. We were going to go to the cinema and watch it, but Jan fell asleep, so we didn't. And then I think I watched it for the first time with Louise, actually. Actually, I'm sure I did, because Joanne was on bolster, and I got a phone call right at a jump scare, and I could have cried. And it was a company saying that I'd got a job with them, and I was like, oh my god, he nearly killed me. So I watched that, and then obviously I've watched it with Joanne. We've watched it a couple of times now, and I think it's really well made. But bits of it don't make sense. I'm talking about the first one, by the way. It's weird, but I enjoyed it. And then not long ago we watched the second one, and I think it's really well cast. I think Joanne had a few qualms about it, but I think it was really well cast. I really enjoyed like the way it was cast. The final film on the list is Doctor Sleep. Now, I only watched bits of this because I was busy, but what I saw of it, I thought was really good. Bits of it were really well done. Bits of it I think were a bit naff. But for the most part, I really enjoyed it. We watched it after we watched The Shining. Now, I've been saying to John for ages that I wanted to watch The Shining, right? Because I've been seeing it everywhere, that The Shining is this amazing horror film. Like, oh my god, one of the scariest films ever. I watched it, I thought it was crap. No offence. I think Jack Nicholson's amazing. Found the mouldy woman in the bath hilarious. I don't know. It was just a bit too far-fetched for my liking. Hi, handsome man. Oh, he's climbing onto the window. Another film I really wasn't a fan of that's a horror was Crawl. People were saying it's like the Jaws, but of, is it crocodiles? Alligators, something like that. Basically, Effie Stoneham. It's not Effie Stoneham. What's her name? Kea Scodelario or something. But she plays Effie Stoneham in Skins. She plays an American woman. She plays a swimmer, and there's a big like flood or something or other. I can't remember what it was. But she basically goes to see her dad, and he's in the crawl space of the house. Is he in the crawl space? I think he is. He's been attacked by a crocodile or an alligator. I can't remember which one. And the whole thing is just them trying to escape from them. I just thought it was a bit rubbish. We have got a couple of films to watch. We've got A Clockwork Orange. One of my friends suggested that to me. My sister actually gave me the DVD for Christmas because I asked her if I could have it after she'd watched it when she had to watch it for her college course. Again, I have not watched it, so I don't really know what it's about, but from what I've heard, it's about like a rape storyline and stuff. So I'm not expecting to love it, but you know, we'll see. Do you know one film we did watch? It's on Netflix. It's called Zombievers. It's like one of those piss take films, but I think it's meant to be serious. Basically, it's zombie beavers. It's weird. It's a British film. It's called Mum and Dad, and basically this guy has sex with like a human organ. I don't know what it is, but then when they pull it away, you can see like things that's spilling out of it. It's disgusting. It was not my choice to watch that. It was strange. Oh, one film I watched that I was expecting to be amazing, people were telling me was really scary, is The Visit. It's like these kids that meet their grandparents for the first time, and it turns out it's not actually their grandparents. They're creepy weirdos that have escaped from like a mental asylum. Like, the grandma she goes in the crawl space of the house to like chase the kids to play hide and seek, but she's weird, and then like she walks around naked at night. Oh, he's just curling up on my pillow. Oh, baby, you're so precious. Yes, you are. You're so precious. I'm using the House Labs Rip Lip Liner. This is a demi matte lip liner in the shade Myth. And then I'm using the Body Shop, I can't remember what it's called, in Sienna Rose. It's a good dupe for Velvet Teddy from MAC. And so obviously opted for a black glittery smoky eye and a nude lip. Oh no, it's coming off my eyes already. I've got really oily eyelids though. And usually I'll use like an oily primer, like a mattifying primer on my lids, and I didn't today. Oh, I'm so glowy. I love it. I love this lip colour too. Pabs, wanna say hello? He's like, don't talk to me. Oh, look at my pillow. This trick or treat. I love it. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel once again. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.